This is The Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral.com.
Good morning, Tuscaloosa. Yes, the sun did come up here. Good morning, Tuscaloosa. This is the Joe Gaither Show. How we doing today? Welcome in. You're watching us on Spotify, your little podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon. You're listening to us on the Bama Central YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere you find the Joe Gaither Show, at Joe Gaither 6, at Bama Central. Welcome in. It's Thursday. Oh, let's lick our wounds together. The Crimson Tide taking a huge loss. Well, it wasn't that big of a loss. You lost by 5. But it felt like a real royal butt kicking. And so Alabama taking it on the chin last night to the Florida Gators. And we are live in the Derry Daniel State Farm Studios talking about that today. You guys can jump in and join us at Joe Gaither 6 on the comments section if you want to. You can do it right there. You can leave me a comment, question, query, or complaint on the Twitter machine, on the Facebook side. We've been streaming this week on the Bama Central Facebook page, so I appreciate everybody letting us do that, and y'all subscribing to the Bama Central YouTube page or Facebook page. I made my own Facebook page this week as well. Y'all are subscribing to that also. So you guys are great. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are my favorite. I mean, I see the numbers. You guys are listening. We love you so much. What are we going to do today? We're in the Derry Daniel State Farm Studios live off of McFarland Boulevard. Yes, I am alive. I did not make terrible choices after the game based on the play of 20-year-olds. So I am alive. We're in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. You can call Derek if you're having any issues at 205-758-3391. All of your insurance needs, Derek can take care of you. Home, life, auto insurance. I don't know if he's got no defense insurance, but
he can probably figure something out.
Oh, Derek Daniel can help you out.
If it's there, he'll figure it out.
Absolutely. Call him 205-758-3391 for all of your insurance needs. Red Reese and Victoria are upstairs waiting to talk to you. We'll tell you about Warren Tires in a little bit because maybe we need to pump the brakes on the Alabama basketball hype train. But we're in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. You follow Mason Woods at MAWoods_ on the Twitter machine. Mason, how we doing, sir?
Oh, I have been better. That was I don't really know what I don't know what to make of them.
Despicable.
Right now. Yeah, I'm not really sure where this Alabama team lies. I think not having Darian Reed out there is critical to this team's success, whether or not he is playing. And I thought they could get by. I thought they were kind of doing okay, skirting by without him. Just get to the tournament, it'll be fine. And still, obviously, there we go. I've heard that one.
You got it.
But still, obviously, you're going to be a top. You're going to be a high seed in this tournament. You're still going to be fine. Probably going to perform, I would imagine, decent at least at the SEC tournament as well. So it's all still in front of you. Still have time for Darian to get back into the lineup, but I don't feel good about what happens if he does not make the return.
Oh, you know what? I found this button.
I like that one.
This was me walking to back to the parking deck. You! I can't believe.
Made the long, sad walk to the refrigerator and saw about 18 Michelob Ultras sitting on the top shelf there, and said, "We'll tear into a couple right now, and then we'll turn our brain off and play some video games."
Just horrific!
It was so bad. I was so angry about it. Really get to watch the first half super close. I was kind of in and out making dinner.
You didn't miss anything.
That's what it seemed like. I watched the full kind of extended highlights this morning where they give you the 30-minute video or whatever,
right.
And nothing really notable happened in that. And then you get to the second half, and I mean, it's just Alex Condon. Can anyone stop anybody in there? Cliff, what are we doing, buddy? You're about the same size as this guy. Do you have any bit of wherewithal about where you're standing on the court at any given moment? It was just Florida did whatever they wanted to do on the inside. They just dominated. Got every second chance bucket they could. I think at one point there was like, I don't remember. It was probably 6 minutes in the game or something. Florida had like 20 second chance points to Alabama's 8.
You finished 19-10 on 16
okay.
on 16 offensive rebounds. Like you said it, they did it anything they wanted on offense the entire night. It was his name's Todd Golden, right?
Yeah.
Not Mike. I always go Todd or Mike. It's Todd Golden. Just
would Todd Golden still be there if Florida was not this good?
Right. His little issue we all swept under the rug in what September was that?
Something
Roughly
like that.
November. Okay. So and look, okay, I don't want to get into that, but it was basically just playing on easy mode. I'm punching this button as a coach. I'm punching that button. Look, when I play my little sports video games, when I find something that works, you know what you do? You just do it again, and you 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 do it again, until the other person says, you know what, I think I'm going to do something about that. And I do think that Alabama tried to do something about it. I think you've got a couple of issues. You hit one big one. Darian Reed's unavailability. Inavailability is probably your biggest one because of what it's doing to the rest of the roster as far as a minutes perspective and as far as his versatility. I'm not so sure that he stays with Alex Condon a little bit more. I'm not so sure that he guards Aberdeen a little bit more. I think that
sure.
I think that his defensive presence is really, really, really missing on this, and specifically the athleticism.
I think it's the ability to guard 1 through 4, maybe even 5 on a good night.
Exactly, and it's the bounce in the rebound is up. My hands can go higher than yours because my lift is. I mean, nothing on like you're missing the athleticism.
Yeah.
You got just smoked on the inside. Absolutely smoked. And the other factor, so I was thinking 2 factors, Darian Reed's injury, and I think that Grant Nelson is not healthy.
It certainly seems like there's something off. And that's really all I can say because, I tried to look. I don't really know if he's like. Is he favoring one side or anything like that? I couldn't really tell if he was limping at all or anything, but something is not right with him. And it's been this way for 4 games now?
Yeah. I think it's wear and tear. I think
just
it's
tired.
A bit.
Beat down a little bit. I mean, he's certainly being asked to do a lot more without Darian out there.
So do you just take all next week off and say, hey, we're going to show up to Nashville last minute, and we don't care if we win or lose, and we're going to get another week off before the NCAA tournament?
I don't hate that plan. I really don't. I know that no one would like that plan. Many fans would be like, hey, you play to win the game. But hey, folks, we're playing to win a title. We're not playing to win an SEC championship.
Right.
We got bigger fish to fry.
Right. I'm starting to look at this and say, what can we what can we salvage? If we can only salvage one, we're pushing all the chips in for the NCAA tournament.
I would have no problem with that.
So we've got a lot of voicemails. We're going to make the voicemails a big part of today's show. You guys called us at 205-462-7340, extension 800. And so we'll get right into it. We'll take them one by one. Here we go.
Good morning, Joe. Horrible performance last night. I just don't understand Grant Nelson. I said last week he's a clumsy klutz. He's even bigger clumsy klutz. He dribbles down court, falls down. He can't guard a ghost. He let the white boy from Australia shoot all over him. It's time to bench him and play somebody else because Grant just ain't got it. It's horrible. His team's lost 4 out of the last 6. It's not looking good. I hate to see what Auburn's going to do to us Saturday because they lost the other night at A&M, so they're going to be fired up. Great show. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
That's Robert from Brookwood joining us. We'll take him. Yeah, great call. A+. All right, he goes, time to bench Grant Nelson. And I would say yes, but who do you throw in there?
I mean, I liked what you saw from Sherelle last night.
What did you like about him besides the offense? Besides the 3-pointers?
That's all I liked was the offense. But hey, it's more than Grant's giving you.
Okay, fair.
I'll take that.
Fair. Grant passed up 2 3-pointers last night in trying to drive and drive down to the
drive straight to the floor.
Right, exactly. I'm going to drive to the post and fumble out and there's 8 bodies and now everybody has their hands on the basketball.
Do you think that teams have, because we've seen the discourse a little bit that Grant Nelson's bag maybe isn't that deep for his moves.
No,
it's a lot of I'm going to just dribble. I'm bigger than you. I'm going to kind of force my way inside. Do you think the teams have keyed in on that a little bit and are defending him differently now, or is it more just there's more to this injury thing than maybe we think, or more to this he's nicked up a bit?
I don't know if it's if it's fully an injury, but I will definitely go on a limb and say it's a confidence issue.
Yeah.
Last year Grant was, I'm open on the 3-point line. I'm shooting it. Make or miss, I'm shooting it.
It took a year, but he was shooting it.
Right. And now something has happened to where he's lost confidence in that shot. Or I don't know if it's hey, buddy, you, pull out of class for 5 days and just shoot. I have no idea. And don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
But
we don't. We didn't come here to play school.
That's right. To me, it looks like his shot has completely evaporated, and that is what is I don't believe you when I'm closing out on you. I'm closing out on you, and you're not going to get take that shot if you want to. I just don't believe him when he's on the 3-point line lately. Do you have anything to defute me?
I'm just wondering if it maybe is due to the kind of surge of Chris Youngblood, Aiden Holloway being more consistent 3-point options, that he feels like, okay, I don't need to be the guy jacking up these threes, even those guys can do it better than me. So that's getting in his head also. But
again, I need you to stretch the floor, Grant. Yes. I need you to make one a game. Like Aiden did last night. Okay, so where I'm at, I got my game logs right here. 3-pointer. He was 0 for 1 last night. 0 for 2. 0 for 1. 0 for 1. 0 for 0. 0 for 1. My man's hasn't made a 3-point shot since at Texas. 1 for 2. That is February 11. February 11 at Texas. Then go back. We're 0 of 1 against Arkansas. 1 of 3 against Georgia. 1 of 5 against Mississippi State. 1 of 1 against LSU. Okay, we're in there. But look at this. 0 of 0 against Vanderbilt. That was you didn't. Whatever. 2 of 7 against Kentucky. So what's happened? You took 7 shots. You took those 0 of 4 against Texas A&M. 0 of 0 against Ole Miss. 0 of 2 against South Carolina. My man's this year. Yeah. We'll just speed it all up. 18 of 73, 24% from the 3-point line this season. But specifically the last month and change, you have gone from I am not even going to 2 of 7. I don't love it. Dude, you're 4 of 9 against Illinois.
Is this all back to this offseason wrist thing that he didn't he have some kind of
maybe
open the season with the kind of wrist wrap a little bit. I just don't know if this has been an issue that's kind of been prevalent all year, and he tweaked it somehow in the one of the last 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
Maybe.
I mean, it's just because it's something. I don't know. I refuse to believe that a player that we have seen play as well as Grant Nelson has just fell off a cliff all of a sudden right now. There's something affecting him now. It probably is a multitude of things, probably confidence, probably maybe some kind of injury as well. I just don't know. It's not just simply he's bad now.
Right. It's been over a month since the fella's taken 3 3-point shots in a game. And I'm not sitting there saying that he's Larry Bird and he should be shooting every kind of shot. But I need you to keep sprinkling it in.
Yeah.
If you go 1 for 3, buddy, I'm thrilled. You are serving
doing your job.
Right. Because you got to keep right now.
Nobody respects you.
What big man is pulling out the other big man from the lane? It ended up okay. The numbers from the rim, it was 17 of 33. But for one time, it was I'm counting it. It was awful at one time. It was 6 of 16, I think is what I wrote down at one time. And it's if you make just one more layup, and the issue is the spacing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of, I like Grant. I just, and maybe this is my crimson colored glasses, I'm choosing to believe, an injury's got him. Okay. If he's injured and if he's just gutting it out because you look down the bench and say, hey, Grant, if you go on the bench, what happens next? We're all in on Aiden Sherrill. And good load offense, but dude,
No
zero
defense.
rebounds.
Yeah.
Not even getting to the defense.
Yeah, he's not.
Not even getting to the defense. You're 0 rebounds in how many minutes? 10 minutes. You are 6'11", and you get 0 rebounds in a game where they were there to be had for anyone. They were there to be had for everybody. There's 85 rebounds in the game. You played 10 minutes. You got 0.
It's not great. It's less than ideal.
Like, everybody
look,
walked
we turned
away.
that 10 points into 15 in that 10 minutes. Maybe we can talk. No. You have to keep playing Grant, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Like, Robert, the feeling is fair. The feeling
warranted to have that opinion.
But like, the options at this point are what?
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep Grant. You've.
But I got whatever you got to do.
To 3 guards and throw Jaren at the 4, I guess. I don't. But then, we're playing small ball out there, and we've seen that not go extremely well for Alabama this season.
We'll just see. We'll keep going. I think that
Auburn's going to be tough.
Whatever you do, like, I'm going to advise not even to care about like, at this point, I think that you need to kind of just, we got this far, crumple it up in the trash. Let's all go into the bunker and get ready for the NCAA tournament. You lose to Auburn, you lose in the NCAA tournament. Yeah, you're gonna have some bad vibes on social media for a day or two. But if it results in an NCAA tournament run, those bad vibes will be immediately erased. Mm-hmm. How many times? Like, the vibes were really stinky last year. Really, really, really stinky last year, and they flipped in a big
time way.
Exactly. So.
You've little faith.
Oh, for Grant,
just hold on.
Whatever it takes in these 2 weeks to get your shot back.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to get your shot, like 1 million 3-point shots, 0 3-point. I don't know. I'm not a shot doctor, but that's what's really missing right there. Let's keep going on the voicemail line. Fine. Who's next?
Hi, it's your boy Kenny Chestnuts calling again for the second time. Love the show. Love what you guys are doing. I'm just calling because I'm frustrated. We seem to be pivoting away from football and trying to be a basketball school now, but that's never going to happen with Nate Oates and his inability to shoot the mid-range shot. Yes, I get on Excel, on spreadsheets, it makes more sense. But basketball is not played on a spreadsheet. It is played in the paint. You need hard, physical
in the paint.
members of the team just beating their opponents, and we cannot shoot the mid-range shot, and we're never going to win. Right now, it's a horrible time in Alabama. We are not a football school. We are not a basketball school, and it starts at the top. Fire the athletic director. That's where we need to go and tell Nate Oates, embrace the mid-range, or you need to get gone. That's it. Thank you. Love the show.
Mr. Chestnut, you told on yourself a little bit there. Basketball is played in the paint, which is exactly where Nate Oates tries to play the game.
But they got whooped last night in the paint.
Sure. That's not Nate Oates' fault. That's Cliff and Grant's fault. The game plan is to get into the paint. We have been through this. We have beat this horse to death. You said it yourself, Mr. Kenny Chestnut. The basketball is played in the paint. That is Nate Oates' number one option on every possession is to get the ball into the paint and put a layup or a dunk in. If that does not work, you will likely be fouled on that layup or dunk attempt, and you will get to the free throw line. And if that does not work, your third and final option will be the most efficient of the remaining shots on the court, the 3-point shot.
I did not even think about free throws. 17 to 25.
That was pitiful.
Like, button your buttons.
Really amazing. Did love seeing Cliff go like 5 for 5 in that stretch toward the ends.
He's your best free throw shooter.
Yeah, that was sweet. But like, guys, what are we doing? Is this just late season? Nobody's lack of attention to detail. It's just everybody coasting.
Gas is gone.
Yeah.
It just looks like
nobody has any legs.
And that's what Nate said. He said, "I don't know." After the game, I don't know. Florida, they look like they had more pop. He kept using pop. They look like I don't know why we didn't have enough pop. But
you're the coach. I don't know either.
You don't let us come to practice, so I can't give you. I don't.
You're
give
with
you
them every day.
Yeah, exactly. Was there a new video game that came out? I have no idea. Is there are the fellas staying up late doing something?
They're
are
watching
they
the Oscars this weekend.
are they
That's what it was.
TikToking? Like I have no idea. Like what are the kids doing? Staying up late? Are we not eating right? Like there's got to be
Ramadan started. Maybe that's why Mo D's a little tired. You know?
Well, you get a little break there, buddy.
Mo D, you can have a little bit of a pass. Although honestly, you played I saw you play pretty damn hard. Oh, well, maybe it was just one stretch I saw. He had one real nice stretch where he made. I think he got a rebound and then a nice assist or something. But overall, probably not great.
Yes. 0-4, 1 point, 4 rebounds, 1 offensive board, two assists, and a steal.
Yeah, I think that was a stretch. I think it was a steal, and then he got an assist down the other end. But regardless, tough performance for. I mean, everybody. I don't think anybody really had an overly impressive game.
Yeah, in the first half, in quick succession, defensive rebound, assist.
Another 30 bomb from Mark Sears.
I didn't
even realize he had 30.
Yeah, late. I mean, pushing. I mean, he had 21, and you got to give guys credit. You have to, because they were down 11-12 with 3 minutes left, and I'm sitting there writing Alabama loses, cha, and they did. I mean, the team,
they tried to claw back.
They almost made me I was like, do I need to rewrite this? So give them credit for that. They didn't quit. Coach Oates definitely in the post-game press conference talked about how last year's team he thought quit from time to time. He said this year's team doesn't really do that. I think that the gas is just kind of the pop wasn't quite there. He said we're gonna have to get it back for Saturday. That
only 6 turnovers.
Can we skip? Right.
Love that.
I don't think it was a we don't care issue.
Yeah,
I think it's a ragged dog. How many times?
Let's get to the damn end of the season.
Right. How many times walking with Rusty, I'm running with Abby, and she's looking at me like I'm trying to give you what I got.
Rusty gets to like the end of the driveway. He's like, I'm done.
Right. They're loyal. The dogs are loyal.
Mm-hmm.
The dog wants to be on the run with you, and she giving you all they got. But my dog gets distracted at the smells in Northport, and I'm yanking her all over the road. I wonder if you just got. I mean, I think these guys have good spirits, have good hearts, have good want to. I just wonder if they're looking down in the depths of their physicality and like, oh, I think we might be tapped out just a little bit.
Yeah. And if that's the case, sandbag this game against Auburn, sandbag the SEC tournament. Let's take our nice week off. Everybody get back. Let's go to the tournament.
Because you've got a 3 seed in the bag at least.
Yes.
You probably have a 2 seed.
Probably. Much, yeah.
But you've at least got a 3 seed in the bag. What did you get last year? 4. Oh, we'll go 1 line better at least. Okay, you should feel good about that.
It is not as bad as it feels. It's still not panic button time.
No, I mean, Tony Sakalas asked. He said, "I don't want to use the word panic button," and Coach was like, "No, it's not panic, but it is concern."
Sure, concern is an appropriate way to put it. I think.
One more voicemail. We'll keep going.
Hello, Mr. Joe. This is Troy Williams from Tennessee. So, a little concerned about Alabama basketball. Saw the game last night. Went back and we rewatched some of it. I'm concerned with bench play. I'm concerned. Florida scored roughly around 5 points off the bench, and we only scored 10, 14, 17, 18 points off the bench. Also, Mark Sears is scoring 30 points a game, and there's really nobody really helping him score. You have LeBaron off 19 points, but consistently, if you look across the board, I don't see consistency of scoring. Also, I looked at the rebounding versus Florida, and we got, they're 50 rebounds, and we're at 35. So, there's a lot of difference to me going on with the bench play too. The bench play is not, from us, it's not up to par of what they should be. Also, I was very glad to see Ole Miss win last night. Chris Youngblood, he only scored 6 points last night against Florida. But then you go up to Florida, and they got guys scoring 27 points, 22 points, 10 points, 9 points, 8 points, 12 points, and 12 points is off the bench. We just got to have more consistent. We were better shooting on the 3-point line, I believe. Yeah, 60. Nah, we weren't even that. We were worse on the 3-point free throws. But anyway, inconsistent, very inconsistent. And I'm really hoping they can pull it together, especially with the SEC tournament coming around. See what they got. Talk to you later. See you.
That's my man, Troy. Troy, thank you for the call. And you nailed it. The inconsistency. And I think that he leads us into another area right here. Mark, you said, I didn't realize you had 30. I mean, out there saying, where's the next drop of gas? I am giving it to you. Like, we're sitting here talking about gas. Yeah. He's like, I'm finding every little drop in my body and I am giving it to you. So, like, look, disappointment is fine, but Mark left every little bit out there.
Sure.
And Troy just said it. Besides LeBaron, I mean, Aiden, what did you do last night? Aiden Holloway, 3 points. What is this? The inconsistency is maddening.
You have to be able to rely on your second and third options to be good for 8 to 12 a night, and we are not getting that. You're getting like LeBaron, you get 19 here, but then you go to Auburn Saturday, he might score 3. Aiden might score 5. It's you have to get a consistent base level where it's like, all right, every game we can count on this guy. He's going to get us 8 points. He's going to get us 10 points, whatever it is. And yeah, there's not any semblance of that on this team.
Is this an issue, or is this a byproduct of Mark Sears not really being
facilitator?
Well, I was going to say superstar. Like Mark Sears is very clearly a great player.
Yes.
No, I don't want anything to sound like an ounce of disrespect. I really don't. But we can be objective and say you stack up Mark Sears as your best player on your team, and you take me back to 2 years back, and Brandon Miller is your best player on the team, and like your star value there is very obviously different. Sure. I'm wondering if the hierarchy on this team is so convoluted because you walked into the year, this is the best team we've ever had. The talent is so good, 1 through 12. Mark is very clearly the leader. Mm-hmm. Very clearly the leader. Absolutely. But who's next? You got 11 other guys who are all good. Who's next? Who's the next person that you're grabbing in the face saying, I need 15 points from you tonight?
You would I think, you kind of thought it was maybe Grant going into the year, but now we've seen really inconsistent play from him.
Right. I'm wondering if
Jaron,
the hierarchy wasn't exactly spelled out because, hey, all you guys can do it. Hey, if you 6 is good.
Whoever gets the ball, just put it up.
Hey,
whatever.
you can give me 6. You can give me 6. You can give me 6. Mm-hmm. You can give me 6. If all y'all give me 6, it'll be good. And so everybody's like, well, my shot will come. I'll get my 6. Well, look, you got 19, 30, 10, 6, 11, 3, 1, 4, 10. So some of y'all got your 6, but some of y'all really didn't. And, buddy, I actually really need all y'all to get about 12. I'm spitballing here. I'm spitballing here off of Troy's call. I wonder if you look, and the reason I'm spitballing this way is contrast it from Florida. Walter Clayton Jr. is the ball handler. Mm-hmm. Alex Condon is the dominating. He's
who we're running everything through.
Right, and so it is Walter Clayton Jr. who can get his own shot.
Sure,
and it is Condon who's rim running to the rim and who's stepping out and popping three. Like, you have a clear hierarchy on this Florida team. You keep going. You have this hot fella. Like, everything, all the ancillary pieces know their ancillary pieces. Who's Mark Sears Robin? Or you got a bunch of little night wings. It wasn't that junior Robin, wasn't that what it was called? I think
that's what he turned into after.
Oh, no. Dang. Missed that metaphor.
Nightwing was pretty sick, though.
Oh, missed that metaphor. Can you help me? Can we reframe it? I'm looking for a metaphor where you've got a clear lead, right? Mm-hmm. It's Sherlock Holmes and Watson, right? You got a clear lead. Mm-hmm. Holmes. Mark Sears, Sherlock Holmes. Who the heck is Watson? Who's playing number 2? Or are they all just junior detectives? I'll be Watson this week.
Nancy Drews or whatever.
Right. All tap me into the case this
Hardy
week.
Boys.
Hey, I love me some Hardy Boys. My mother had me a whole set of Hardy Boys. Love
I
you,
used to
Mom.
read a lot of those when I was a kid.
Love you, Mom.
Good
Thank you.
times.
I don't know. Who's picking up Mark when he need? I mean, he didn't need picking up last night 30 points, but he definitely needed. I mean, LeBaron gave you the 19. Great, we love you, LeBaron. But who's doing
do that
that
again on Saturday? And I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're onto something a little bit there with the lack of defining any bit of hierarchy, really. And maybe again, we don't go to practice. We're not.
I'm being presumptuous.
We're not there, so we don't know. But I think that could produce this sort of issue if that were the case. It would make sense. I'm not saying it is the case, but if that was it, this is maybe what that result would look like.
We'll keep going on the voicemail line. Reminder, you can call the voicemail at 205-462-7340, extension 800. We've heard a couple of great calls already. Robert Brookwood, Kenny Chestnuts, and Troy Williams from Tennessee. We'll keep going on the voicemail line right here at the Derry Daniels studio.
This Roy, Lake Gunnerville. Man, another big game at home, albeit. Another loss. I tell you, they were winning early. Opened up with a few mid-range, made Florida defend the whole court. But, they weren't hitting enough threes. And Florida got some big boys that know how to play down low. Grant Nelson maybe need to hightail back to North Dakota because he got some skill. He does. But he just ain't a dog down there. He ain't that guy down there. And if you want to make another Final Four, you need a dog down there. Florida, I see them as a tough out. I do not think that Alabama has no chance to make another Final Four. I think they do have a chance that they can get a favorable bracket, get away from some of these SEC teams, and go play some teams that ain't as battle-tested. But for now, I'm just not really seeing it. I'm not seeing the whole package. I'm not seeing the whole picture. As they say, Alabama lives and dies by the three. Let me tell you why they say that. They say that because when Alabama's hot from three and making it rain, you can't beat them because they're going to just outscore you. It don't matter if that defense is soft as toilet paper down low. They just going to shoot you out the gym. And last year in the Final Four run, they never really got cold. They play good basketball. Usually when the stakes are high, the shots start falling because the nerves act up. But to be honest, I think they had a pretty favorable bracket. I think North Carolina might have been a little bit fraud when they beat them, but that was a big win by Oaks. That was a big win. I'm not going to discredit. But as Theo said, if they're going to be on that level, they got to start to win these games. You got to start to be the king of the SEC. Then you can look beyond. You can look at the Houstons. You can look at the Dukes for this year. But for now, maybe it was just an all right season. Another failure all around. Maybe might be coming.
Oh,
I don't know. We need Nick Saban to get in there and talk to that locker room. Talk to him about being tough. Talk to him about defense. Talking to him about how it says on Coleman Coliseum where legends are made. Well, we need a few legends because Mark Sears, he got a little dog in him for being just a little guy, but I wouldn't exactly call him a legend. Anyway, Roy, Lake Gunnerville, out.
Roy.
There was some in there. Go ahead.
There's a lot to that call. A lot to unpack.
Go for it. Unpack.
We got to get to the Mark Sears disrespect right off the bat. I mean, come on. Mark Sears is, by all means, a legend of this Alabama basketball program. One of the greatest players to ever suit up for the Crimson and White, to ever play in Coleman Coliseum. We have not seen very many players play better than Mark Sears in a Crimson uniform. That's ridiculous. I understand the team has been limited a bit because he is only 6 foot tall, but he's a dog. You want to talk about needing a dog? Mark Sears is a dog. What's the clip? The old coastal we don't need some cats around here. We need some dogs.
Meow. Cats looking in the
Mark
mirror.
Sears is a dog. Now Grant is not a dog right now. Grant has been a dog.
What if he is battling through injury? I mean, he is put on the injury report and is listed as questionable and gets popped right back off. What if he's just, hey guys, I don't care what just tape it up. That's
dog mentality to a point.
Yeah.
But when you're hurting your team, you're no longer dog mentality. You're selfish mentality. There's a fine line between I'm putting my body out here and I'm risking some further injury to help my team because they need my help. And then, all right, I'm just out here going through the motions, hurting because I think that they need me more than they actually do.
I got one aspect from Roy from Lake Gunnersville's call that sticks out to me. He says, and first off, you're right. He says, oh, they can make a run with a good draw. I think they had a good draw last year. Right. But let me tell you, or let me ask you to look at the opposite perspective. He said, oh, I think North Carolina was fraudulent. I think he's talking about that Sweet 16 win, right? Whoever wins the tournament, they got a good draw. Whoever wins the tournament, they got a good draw for their team. They got the right draw for their team. Let's just think. North Carolina, they got a 1 seed last year. They got the wrong draw. You got a bad draw because Alabama was in your backstreet. Like, to me, I think that's a very, very what hindsight's 2020.
Yes,
hindsight's 2020
kind of
perspective.
History a little bit.
Exactly. Like when you're in. Making a deep run is absolutely draw dependent, but it's draw dependent whether you're a 1 seed or a 16 seed, in my opinion.
I agree. It is all it's all matchups. That is all March Madness is. It is just how well does your team match up with this team that you've probably never seen this year, and it's a lot of random things. And it's that way for, like you said, it's that way for team 1 through 68. It is every team. Like it's like that.
Auburn is playing for a good draw right now.
Yeah, it is just gonna. You never really know what you're going to match up with.
UConn got a good draw last year. Purdue got a good draw last year. NC State, good draw last year. Well, maybe they punched up over the weight, but I think that there's some of this to be said for everybody. Yeah. You want? Actually, right here is a good point. To tell everybody about Warren Tire, and then we'll play the. Did I say we had 5 voicemails or 4? I think we've got one more. We want to tell you about Warren Tire and Auto. They are a Tuscaloosa and University of Alabama staple. They have been such since 1961. Goodness gracious, 61. How many look this up. How many national championships have Alabama won since 1961? How many of the 18 have been won since 1961? Because I'm pretty sure 61 was a championship season also. So they're in the 3rd generation of family ownership. They have seen almost all of the Alabama national titles.
13 of them.
Yeah, okay. They have been here for 13 of the 18 Alabama national championships. So you know that they're a championship business. Warren Tire and Auto. They have been in Tuscaloosa and University of Alabama since 61. As we just said, they're the go-to place for all your automotive needs. They've got 2 locations that help speed up the service. If you need tires, brakes, and alignment, go to 15th Street, 205-759-5505. Again, it helps speed up the service when you go to the separate locations because they're doing 2 different things. Tires, brakes, and alignment on 15th Street, 205-759-5505. All other automotive needs, you got oil change, you got electrical issues, you got transmission issues, go over to University Boulevard. That is 205-758-2739. Warren Tire and Auto, 2 great locations to serve you. Championship service. Have been here since 1961, and we're so proud that they are part of the Joe Gaither Show right here on Bama Central.
I know I said I wasn't going to react.
No, go for it.
Wasn't going to overreact to spring football clips.
Go for it.
I'm going to overreact to a spring football clip.
Good,
Daniel Hill.
Because I'm going to make fun of you. Go ahead.
A muscle hamster. This kid's going to be awesome. Look at him. He was crafted by the gods himself to play running back.
Oh, shoot. Because I might have taken a note on Daniel Hill yesterday. I might
have thought something bad.
No. When I was out, we're out there for 20 minutes, and he's wearing 4 this year, right?
4.
And I thought, that looks like it.
That's what I'm saying too. I'm seeing this clip now, and boy, that he looks like a 3rd-year Division I football player.
26, 4, and 0. was what I thought when they went to the running backs line. 26, Jam. Oh, you look just like Jam Miller. 4, I thought, oh, Daniel, he'll change his number. Oh, that number, that looks good on him. And then 0, AK Deer. I said, oh, that looks like an app. But you're just going through.
Yes, but
Mason, don't do this.
It's just from a purely like physical stature standpoint, he looks huge. Massive.
Are you giving him a Heisman Trophy? Are you giving him the Doak Walker Award?
No,
because I'm going to come across the table.
But
and
I'll give him the off-season weightlifting championship or whatever. I'll give him that award. That boy, my man hit the weight room and he hit it hard. He is. I mean, it looks like muscle hamster. That is the best way I can describe him. He looks like a.
Was that Ray Rice?
Doug Mart.
Yes,
Doug
yes. Doug.
He hated it too.
I'll look it up. Muscle hamster.
Doug Martin.
Thank you. I can't type. Sometimes I can type so fast, and sometimes my fingers will not work at all. At all.
Same thing. Yeah, no, that just had to overreact to that a little bit. Also, Dijon Lee, ridiculously tall. That man looks like a power forward out there on the defense. It's insane.
You're towing the line here, Mason.
I know.
You're towing the line here.
I know. It's very. It's enticing.
Don't do that. Don't do that stuff. We got one more voicemail to play, and then I'll beat you up.
What's up, guys? It's Dax again.
Yes.
This one was disappointing. Didn't hurt as much as the Tennessee game, but it was still disappointing. My theory is that we were peaking when we put up 111-73 on Mississippi State, and Nate Oates had to dial it back because we're not supposed to peak until the tournament. So hopefully we can get things back going. Hopefully we can get a little bit. We get to Auburn on Saturday. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. That's Dax on the voicemail line, and that's everybody. That's everybody who called. Look, I thank you so much. We will play the couple-minute video right at the very end. Just let everybody hear them all over again. Robert from Brookwood, Kitty Chestnuts. We had Troy. We had Roy and Dax. Love it. 5 good calls. Oh, and you can enter yourself into these wrestling tickets. Absolutely. We are giving away Crimson Clash wrestling tickets on Sunday, February 16th. Right here. Sunday at the Buddy Powell Pavilion. You can watch Rhino. You can watch Rhino and Alexander Lincoln go head-to-head right there, and we're giving away 2 tickets to the best voicemail that we can get over the next 8 shows. All right, Mason.
That was all the spring football talk will do.
Was it? No, I have a little bit more, but I need to tell you about Derek Daniel. We're live at the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. You can call Derek 205-758-3391 for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel and his crew is there. His crew, Red, Reese, and Victoria, they'll be happy to take care of you. All your insurance needs, home, life, auto insurance, renter's insurance. You need to make sure that you're properly insured before the follies that life brings. Lots of things happen in life always. If you're riding a good streak right now, I hate to tell you, what is it? What did Jesus say? In this life, you will have trouble. And you need to make sure that you have Derek Daniel and State Farm Insurance for that trouble. Call them at 205-758-3391. You can find them just off of McFarland Boulevard. We're here in the studio, just past Rustic Rehab, just past Tiger Rock on the left. Beautiful little house. Come see Derek Daniel and his crew and tell them that the Joe Gaither Show sent you. Call and see. 205-758-3391. Call and see how much Derek can save you today. Mason. Yeah, what you laughing at?
I have my muscle hamster tab pulled up. I was not aware that Doug Martin at one point, he hated. I knew that he hated the muscle hamster.
Why would
nickname,
you hate that?
Which, yes, also that's one of the greatest nicknames ever. That's like perfect, but he hated it, and he late in his career tried to make the Duggernaut catch on, and that's awful. The Duggernaut is so lame.
Why?
Muscle hamster is chef's kiss. Like it doesn't get better than that.
It's like. Why would you get upset about that? Because nobody's calling you that to your face. No. What up, muscle hamster? Like, that's not getting out of my mouth. It's, hey, what's up, Doug?
Sure.
But of course, like when I'm writing or when I'm being,
yeah.
The muscle hamster. I'm getting
I would love to be called the muscle hamster.
Right.
Yeah, the Duggernaut. That will never catch on, Doug. You'll always be the muscle hamster. Sorry, buddy.
So we were out there yesterday. 20 minutes in the wind, And thank you. Want to outset. Thank you very much, Kalen DeBoer, Aaron Jordan, Alex Thompson having us.
Yeah, how was it out there? Because boy, it was windy at my place of residence yesterday.
I had a jacket on. I had a jacket and I had a Bears hat on, and so I was sitting there, not in a bad way by any means, but it was definitely windy to the point where I think that it affected all the quarterbacks throwing. Now, the early part of what we're watching, it is just quarterbacks standing there, receiver going fly route, and they're just boom, boom, boom. But the accuracy was an issue. But again, like
windy.
It was 20.
Windy.
I got inside, and the first thing that I did was look up how it was 18 to 22 miles an hour. Okay, come on, guys, we can slow ourselves right there. Let's not talk about accuracy issues in a 20-mile-an-hour wind. I don't care. What was interesting? The most interesting thing that I saw yesterday was Jackson Lloyd playing left tackle.
I did see that. Perfect. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Well, we're not
now.
We're not supplanting Caden Proctor.
No. But like, get him in those reps now. Do not do this weird, hey, let's shift everybody around and place guys that aren't going to play here. Put them here now to fill a gap. No, put people in the position where they're going to be if you have the opportunity to. Mike, he is going to be a left tackle. Get him left tackle reps now.
He looked tall. He looked lean. Yeah. He looked like
he looks
an
like
athlete.
Aaron Judge. Like
yes,
and he's a left tackle. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was the most interesting thing to me. The second most interesting thing to me was we watched the defensive linemen run right in front of us. They came from one field to another. They run right in front of us. Great. Going over to the blocking dummy. Great. And Freddie Roach is just, where's my button here? Is that it? You guys, get the, and so great. And
he was getting into Stephen Buamua, wasn't he?
Big time. You've got James Smith, who's in a black jersey, so he's not really participating, at least at the portion we saw. And Kalen DeBoer announced that. Yeah, that's not news to you. 92, Tim Keenan.
Yep.
It goes through the line first, and Keenan is a bleeping robot. He is just like, here's the technique. Ting. I'm undersized, but I
locked in.
But I know the technique, and I'm going to give it to. I love Tim Keenan. You've got.
He's like AI defensive lineman. We talk about
to a degree, yes,
AI QB,
but not as right. I think that's a good company. Good.
He just does it the right way.
But then you had who? 11 and 25. 11 Kelby Collins. Kelby 17. No, 11 is Renard. You had Kelby Collins and Stephen Buamua going the next two. And the only thing that I took away, like you read it, you I need to be calm. I need to not. I need to not like call people idiots. You read yesterday from Clint Lamb about, and I think a couple of people wrote about it.
People, yeah.
About this interaction. Freddie Roach is yelling at Stephen Buamua, "Come on, Steve!" Just over and over. And he's yelling at him about pad level. So like we're coaching, we're not just yelling to yell. We're coaching technique. Love you, coach. Great job. And we remember coming over from JUCO, kid from Canada. He had to go JUCO because he didn't have the right high school English class or history class or something like that. But apparently was an absolute unit and was supposed to be in the last year's in the 24 class. Yeah. He's in the 25 class, and you read lots of people talking about how huge Stephen Buamua is, how big he is, how monstrous he is, and he's going to be incredible. He's going to be this, he's going to be that. And it's just like, dude, he is coming from JUCO, playing out of Canada.
Grew up in Cameroon.
Dude, this guy has played how many years of organized football? Yeah. And now, look, could be Aaron Donald.
Sure.
Could be. It's so great. Let's write it. Looks like Aaron Donald. What are we doing? Can we let the kid be a kid for a second? Can we just sit there and say, man, he looks good?
And that's it.
Period.
No expectations. No, he's going to be like this guy.
You pushed it a little bit on 4 on Daniel Hill, but okay, big muscles, looks good. We can leave it at that. Does Daniel Hill know who to block in pass pro?
No idea.
Okay,
but he sure looks good.
Clint, you did this 2 days ago with Jordan Renaud when the photos came out. He's wearing 11 this year, and look, 11 looks sexy on any player in the world.
Dude, it looks such a good number. Such a good number. Whew. Any player, get that 11 jersey.
I didn't tell you to say that. That was my number in high school.
Oh.
That's always been my
11
favorite.
is a great number.
That's always been my favorite number. 11 is the greatest number in the world.
It is a great
I'm not
great
number one.
Number.
I'm double number one.
I am partial to 11, and I love a 0. A 0, tough as nails.
11 makes me feel good when I see it. Oh yeah, baby.
Favorite number I was rocked. I was 28 in Pop Warner.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
That's a good one.
So Renaud, you do look good in 11 because every bleeping body knows that 11 looks good. Jahad Campbell looked good in 11 last year. Oh yeah,
looked real good in that number 11 Bucks jersey.
Roam through the middle of my NFL linebacker crew. And Clint goes, oh, look how big his arms are. He's going to be. And, like, yes, we can all acknowledge that Renaud came on a little bit last year. Fine. But we're not going to look at biceps and think, yep, double-digit sacks incoming.
Yeah.
It's going to make me break another microphone.
It is ridiculous. It's absurd. And, Jordan
Renaud could be.
Could be. That is the key word. No, we have zero inkling as to what he is going to produce this year. We have no earthly idea. So let's take everything we see at face value. Jordan Renaud looks really great. He built up a little muscle mass this offseason. He looks awesome. He could have a great year. All right, let's end it there. Stephen Boumua, he's a really big guy. Pretty high potential with how big he is. Let's end it there. We don't have to place all these ridiculous expectations on it because this is a lot of like why I think so many players transfer out and burn out and like they end up leaving these schools because all of these fans constantly talking at them and you're going to do this.
Could you imagine if you were Keon Keeley? Oh. Now he's about to get to a place where the fan base loses interest in him. That's what I think, but. No, maybe I'm wrong, and I'm not disinterested in you, Keon Keeley. I want to make that clear. But to your point, he gets on the campus, Keon Keeley. When's he going to play? We need to play. We need next Will Anderson. Derek Thomas. And then a year goes by. He changed positions. Why? How's he winning the position? I cannot tell you how many times. Why wasn't he out there? And it's just like, buddy, like, I'm not at practice. I don't know. It takes these guys some time.
Yeah.
I think Keon Keeley might be a player eventually one day,
sure.
But like,
not everyone is going to be Will Anderson. Not everyone, or whoever. Insert whatever great player at X position you're thinking of. That guy was probably one of a kind.
I like to think that I'm dramatic enough for this job, but sometimes I don't know if I am because I'm not going to sit there and tell you that Ty Simpson won the job yesterday, but I will tell you that Ty Simpson was very clearly leading the quarterback through the 20 minutes that we saw.
Austin Mack was letting it happen.
Well, actually, maybe because in throwing the throwing portions that we got to see early warmups, right?
Sure.
You got Simpson and Russell standing parallel to one another, throwing away from us. Well, opposite, down the field, throwing back to us, was Austin Mack by himself. So it's presumed 1 and 3, and in one group, and 3 and 2 in the other group going back. Presumed, maybe, but like you're at least. It was very clearly 1, 2, 3 in the drill orders. They were taking handoffs, passing them off, that sort of thing.
What did you think of Ryan Grubb? What he had to say yesterday about the quarterbacks? I mean, he didn't give much. Had a lot to say about Keelan, though.
I think that people, took the line, took the biggest jump from day 1 to day 2, and ran way too far with it. But I will say this, like while saying that, if you didn't hear it, Ryan Grubb goes, Ty Simpson, I think, took the biggest jump from day 1 to day 2, just as far as information process, retention, and information. Shouldn't he do it? He's the oldest.
Yeah.
He did it. He's been in the system last year. Okay. I'm not going to overreact to. Well, I am, I guess. Because I think that the quarterback competition isn't as open as we think.
I don't particularly think that Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, Nick Sheridan, and Jamarcus Shepard have much interest in starting a true freshman that is 170 pounds.
No, I don't think so either. I think he is loaded with talent and dripping with swag.
Yes, going to be awesome. But he is 18 years old.
Yeah, I just don't know that the quarterback competition is as three-way open battle as we all think. Now, I don't think it was. With that said, I don't think it was defaulted to Ty by any means, and it's not over. Let's say that we still got months and months and months of this.
Months.
But from the 15 minutes that I saw yesterday, it seemed like Ty was very clearly leading the group. Now,
which, I mean, that wouldn't you expect that at this point?
Sure, exactly. And so for Ryan Grubb to say that, like so much of what gets said is, yeah, duh, yeah, duh, yeah, of course. He talks about Keelan Russell being just so confident and being, he said whippy. He said he's got really whippy, and like it's like, yeah, 5-star, duh, that's what you'd expect, duh, right? And he is asked about Jackson Lloyd, talks about athleticism and smarts and the benefit of getting reps early, all this stuff. And it's like, we're definitely grateful to have these questions.
Sure.
But what news are we really breaking? Like, to me, it's just like, hey, this is just, I'm happy to see your face again, coach, and great to meet you. And so those are my takeaways. Jackson Lloyd playing left tackle.
That's probably the most actual consequential thing that happened.
But it doesn't matter because Caden's standing right behind him. Caden Proctor's standing right behind him in a black jersey going, that.
But, if we're going to talk about anything that has...
But he wasn't the only left tackle. Okay, yeah, I should make that clear. It was Arkella Nugent playing. It was Matt Waldrop playing. It was Michael Carroll playing. I mean, it was...
We're getting a lot of folks.
Is the right word cacophony? Isn't that a word? I'm pretty sure.
Cacophony.
Yeah. There was a bunch of them. And... because there's a bunch of them, I mean, every goddamn running back is getting touches.
Yeah.
Every defensive lineman is going through the drills. We're all getting reps right here. It's a free-for-all party. Nobody ain't got anybody going in the transfer portal. Everybody gets a chance here.
I mean, you said it on, I think, Tuesday's show. A lot of it's just kind of lip service, for the fans to talk about, for the fans to read about and things. And just, none of it is, not a lot of consequential things are happening here.
All right. So what we want, Mason, over the next 4 weeks, when you see my colleagues writing articles about Billy Bean is going to be an All-American and Charlie Hustle's going to break this Alabama record or that or what, I want you to send it to me because the next 4 weeks, we're going to play spring practice police. We're just going to play spring practice. I mean, not always but that's what we're going to do. We're going
our version of content cop.
Yes. I mean, in this era of
clickbait.
I wasn't going there. This era of not even clickbait, intentionally disinformation, intentionally wrong stuff, intentionally fake news. I'm not going to combat. Yeah, I'm not going to combat lanes that I don't have any business being in. I know that's been a little issue for me over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be the content police. Like, get excited for Alabama football. Great, it's going to be a fun year. I'm telling you. I think last year was like, hold everything, duct tape together. Well, you've called in the contractors. You've gotten the house. You got ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. You got some nice grade 5 bolts holding things together now.
Exactly. Things are starting to get, I think it's going to be a good year. I do think you should be excited about it. But All-American this and greatest wide receiver that and like I'm coming for your neck if I start reading that. Clint, I love you. You are a great guy and you are dang good at this. You're smarter than that. Is my point. You are smarter than and maybe that's just a lane to accentuate to garner some but like you're smarter than that. We're all the people. Maybe that's my own perception, but giving too much of the benefit of the doubt. But I think that most of the people that are on this beat are smart enough to know that what we're seeing is 1% of what's actually happening, and to make takes off the 1% is a little bit silly. We got one more availability tomorrow though. We're gonna hear from Kane Womack.
Ooh, okay.
What you want? What you want to ask about Kane Womack? Give me one question for Kane, and we'll say goodbye.
How's transfer linebacker Kai Hill Green? How's he working into the fold? Yeah, I'm kind of interested.
All right, we'll put it in the notes. You guys can call 205-462-7340 extension 800. Get your voicemail in for tomorrow's show. You can react to Roy from Gunnersville. You can react to Kenny Chestnuts. You can react to Troy Williams, Dax, and Rob from Brookwood. All those calls, we appreciate them on the hotline. We appreciate everybody who watched us on YouTube, who watched us on the Bama Central Facebook channel. You watched us on my own social media machines, Joe Gaither 6 on Twitter and on YouTube. You listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. You subscribe to us right there and made me very, very happy to do so. And we'll get out of here for the day, leaving you with our voicemails one more time.
Good morning, Joe. Horrible performance last night. I just don't understand Grant Nelson. I said last week he's a clumsy klutz. He's even bigger clumsy klutz. He dribbles down court, falls down. He can't guard a ghost. He let the white boy from Australia shoot all over him. It's time to bench him and play somebody else because Grant just ain't got it. It's horrible. His team's lost 4 out of the last 6. It's not looking good. I hate to see what Auburn's going to do to us Saturday because they lost the other night at A&M, so they're going to be fired up. Great show. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Hi, it's your boy Kenny Chestnuts calling again for the second time. Love the show. Love what you guys are doing. I'm just calling because I'm frustrated. We seem to be pivoting away from football and trying to be a basketball school now, but that's never going to happen with Nate Oates and his inability to shoot the mid-range shot. Yes, I get on Excel, on spreadsheets, it makes more sense. But basketball is not played on a spreadsheet. It is played in the paint. You need hard, physical members of the team just beating their opponents, and we cannot shoot the mid-range shot, and we're never going to win. Right now, it's a horrible time in Alabama. We are not a football school. We are not a basketball school, and it starts at the top. Fire the athletic director. That's where we need to go. And tell Nate Oates, embrace the mid-range, or you need to get gone. That's it. Thank you. Love the show.
Hello, Mr. Joe. This is Troy Williams from Tennessee. So, a little concerned about Alabama basketball. Saw the game last night. Went back and we rewatched some of it. I'm concerned with the bench play. I'm concerned Florida scored roughly around 5 points off the bench, and we only scored 10, 14, 17, 18 points off the bench. Also, Mark Sears is scoring 30 points a game, and there's really nobody really helping him score. You have LeBaron off 19 points, but consistently, if you look across the board, I don't see consistency of scoring. Also, I looked at the rebounding versus Florida, and we got, they're 50 rebounds, and we're at 35. So, there's a lot of difference to me going on with the bench play too. The bench play is not, from us, it's not up to par of what they should be. Also, I was very glad to see Ole Miss win last night. Chris Youngblood, he only scored 6 points last night against Florida. But then you go up to Florida, and they got guys scoring 27 points, 22 points, 10 points, 9 points, 8 points, 12 points, and 12 points is off the bench. We just got to have more consistent. We were better shooting on the 3-point line, I believe. Yeah, 60. Nah, we weren't even that. We were worse on the 3-point free throws. But anyway, inconsistent, very inconsistent. And I'm really hoping they can pull it together, especially with the SEC tournament coming around. See what they got. Talk to you later. See you.
This Roy, Lake Gunnerville. Man, another big game at home, albeit another loss. I tell you, they were winning early, opened up with a few mid-range, made Florida defend the whole court, but they weren't hitting enough threes, and Florida got some big boys that know how to play down low. Grant Nelson maybe need to hightail back to North Dakota because he got some skill. He does. But he just ain't a dog down there. He ain't that guy down there. And if you want to make another Final Four, you need a dog down there. Florida, I see them as a tough out. I do not think that Alabama has no chance to make another Final Four. I think they do have a chance that they can get a favorable bracket, get away from some of these SEC teams, and go play some teams that ain't as battle-tested. But for now, I'm just not really seeing it. I'm not seeing the whole package. I'm not seeing the whole picture. As they say, Alabama lives and dies by the three. Let me tell you why they say that. They say that because when Alabama's hot from three and making it rain, you can't beat them because they're going to just outscore you. It don't matter if that defense is soft as toilet paper down low. They just going to shoot you out the gym. And last year in the Final Four run, they never really got cold, you know. They play good basketball. Usually when the stakes are high, the shots start falling because the nerves act up. But, you know, to be honest, I think they had a pretty favorable bracket. I think North Carolina might have been a little bit fraud when they beat them, but that was a big win by Oaks. That was a big win. I'm not going to discredit. But as Theo said, if they're going to be on that level, they got to start to win these games. You got to start to be the king of the SEC. Then you can look beyond. You can look at the Houstons. You can look at the Dukes for this year. But for now, maybe it was just an all right season. Another failure all around. Maybe might be coming. I don't know. We need Nick Saban to get in there and talk to that locker room. Talk to them about being tough. Talk to them about defense. Talking to them about how it says on Coleman Coliseum where legends are made. Well, we need a few legends because Mark Sears, he got a little dog in him for being just a little guy, but I wouldn't exactly call him a legend. Anyway, Roy, Lake Gunnerville, out.
What's up, guys? It's Dax again. This one was disappointing. Didn't hurt as much as the Tennessee game, but it was still disappointing. My theory is that we were peaking when we put up 111-73 on Mississippi State, and Nate Oates had to dial it back because we're not supposed to peak until the tournament. So hopefully we can get things back going. Hopefully we can get a little bit. We get to Auburn on Saturday. Roll Tide.
Thanks for joining us on today's edition of the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central. Keep up with Joe on all his social media pages at Joe Gaither6. Subscribe, rate, and review the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and be sure to read us daily at BamaCentral.com.